Today we are going to practice the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula is used to find the x-intercepts. So previously, the number in front of x squared has been a 1. And we broke it up into something like x plus 3 times x plus 4. Now, the challenging part is when we have something different in front of that x, such as that 12, the numbers in front of the x's could be a 12 and a 1 and a 12. They could both be negatives, or there could be a 4 and a 3 and a 4, a 6 and a 2 and a 6. And there's all of these possibilities that it could happen. So the easiest way, instead of spending all that time guessing and checking, is to use what's called the quadratic formula. Now, I learned this song to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel, but I'm also going to share another link to another one. So the quadratic formula to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so let's plug in what we know. So the number in front of x squared is a. The number in front of the x is b. And the constant number, or the integer at the end, is c. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so I did already square the 10 to get 100. All right, so let's simplify the rest. So we have x equals negative 10 plus or minus the square root. Let's figure out this part here. So 4 times 12 times 2, that would be 96. So 100 minus 96 would be the square root of 4 all over, and then 2 times 12 is 24. All right, so then we have x equals negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 4 is 2. And so the reason there's the plus or minus there is because the square root could be a positive 2, or it could be a negative 2. And then all over 24. And I'm going to make that look more like a 10. All right, so let's say we're going to do the plus first. Negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8 all over 24. And that would simplify to negative 1/3. So that is one of the x-intercepts. All right, now let's say we do minus. Negative 10 minus 2 is negative 12 over 24. And that would simplify to negative half. So what that means is if we were to have our graph here, and let's say this is negative 1 and this is positive 1, we'd have one of our x-intercepts at negative half and the other at negative 1/3. Ooh, those are super close together. All right, let's try this one. X equals negative b, so making this one the opposite, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so let's simplify this. So we have x equals 2 plus or minus the square root of 4. And then I'm going to multiply all this together. And I'm going to actually just say this minus 4 is a negative 4. And so a negative times this negative 8 would make it a positive. So 4 times 3 times 8 equals 96. So 4 plus 96 all over 6. And then 4 plus 96 is really 100. So we're going to take the square root of 100. All right, so x equals 2 plus or minus. The square root of 100 is 10. And then over 6. And so again, when you take the square root, you can have positive answer, so positive 10 or negative 10. All right, so let's say we go with the plus or positive first. 2 plus 10 is 12. And 12 sixths is 2. So one of the x-intercepts is at 2. And then if we do 2 minus 10, we get negative 8. And we can simplify that to negative 4/3. All right, so when you put in your x-intercepts, you can keep it as an improper fraction. So this would be a perfect answer.